Hi everyone, my name's Rachel and I'm from Jump Rope UK, and I'm going to be doing a 10-minute tutorial on some basic tricks for you just to keep you active during this time. So we're going to go straight into it, and we're going to start with our first one, which is just the basic jump. So we're going to go through the different tips for that first of all. So first of all, stand on your rope and let's get the length. So you want to stand on the middle of your rope with both feet, and you want to hold it up, and it needs to come up to about your armpits. Anywhere from your waist to your armpits is really good. The longer your rope, the easier it is to use if you're a beginner. As you become more advanced, you then go a little bit shorter. Okay, so I'm going to use a long rope just to show you. Okay, so for the basic jump, you start with the rope behind you, you bring it over your head, and when you see the rope, that's when you jump. So it comes over, when you see it, you jump. Over, when you see it, you jump. Now once you've got used to that, you can then carry on jumping, and jumping on the balls of your feet, elbows in, and using your wrist to turn the rope. So you don't want to have your arms out here, that's a lot harder. And it takes longer for the rope to come round. You want to bring your elbows in, and you want to do one jump to every turn of the rope. Okay, just like this. Once you've got that, you can then try it backwards. So the rope starts in front of you this time. It comes over your head behind you, and that's when you jump. Same technique. Jumping on the balls of your feet, elbows in, and using your wrist to turn. Our next skill is called side straddle. What you need to do is bring your feet shoulder width apart, then back to the middle. So without the rope, just jump out and in, out and in. So every time you change your movement is when the rope hits the floor. So when you go out, the rope hits the floor. When you go in, the rope hits the floor. So slowly it looks like this. So this is the slow version. My arms are still by my side. And then when you feel confident, you can speed it up. So every time the rope hits the floor, you change your movement. Out, in, out, in. Keep your arms by your side, you don't want to bring them out. So it's not like a star jump, it's just a star jump without your arms basically. So it looks like this. Now we're going to progress on from the side straddle and do a trick called the X. So the first part of this trick is the same as the side straddle. Your feet come shoulder width apart, but this time instead of the feet coming back to the middle together, you're going to cross them in the middle like this. So your feet cross over and they come back out, and then you switch your feet over so the other leg's in front. Out, cross, out, cross. So try this without your rope first of all. Just get comfortable with this. So out, cross, out, cross. Then when you feel comfortable, you can bring your rope into it. Some people struggle to do the cross because with coordination, when you cross your feet, naturally your arms want to cross as well. So what you could do with this trick first of all is start with your legs crossed, arms open. Just get confident with that and comfortable with this movement. Do a few jumps in this position, fast or slow, doesn't matter, and then go into the X. And hopefully your arms will stay in the open position. So always keeping your arms by your side, small straddle, and switching your feet. So it's your right foot in front, left foot in front, and so on. Okay, our next trick is called speed step. You're going to be hopping from one foot to the other each time the rope goes round. So slowly it looks like this. So you switch your feet when the rope hits the floor. Switch, 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 switch. So that's the slow version. And when you're ready, you can speed it up. Switch, 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 switch. A good way to start this rhythm, because some people struggle with the switching every time the rope hits the floor, and sometimes they do this. So to get out of that habit, start with your feet together and do some normal single bounces. And then when you're ready, switch, switch, switch. So you've already got the rhythm. So from the side it looks like this. Your feet are coming up in front of you, not behind. So up, up, up. Okay, our next trick is called a push-up. So it's easy to walk through this slowly to start with. So rope behind you first of all. You're going to bring it over your head and crouch down to the floor with your hands firmly on the floor and your handles underneath them. Then you're going to shoot your legs backwards at the same time into the push-up position. Then back in, and then the rope that's in front is going to come to behind you and you're going to jump. So again, it looks like this. Over the top, down, out, in, jump. Don't forget any of those points. So you've got to make sure your hands hit the floor, your feet go out, your feet come in, and then you jump over the rope. So a little bit faster, it looks like this. The next trick we're going to do is the crossover. Before even trying to jump the rope, first of all, just get your arms in the right position. So put your arms in the cross, making sure that your elbows meet in the middle and your handles are pointing towards the floor. That way, the rope is wide enough and low enough for you to jump through. Okay, because if your arms were up here, it'd be too high. If your arms were here, the loops are going to be a bit too small. So you want this position, you've got to jump through, okay? Once you've done that, you can put the rope behind you and you can bring it over your head into the cross position and catch it under your feet. That way you know that the arm's in the right position and you're ready to jump the rope. So just do that one more time. Over the top, cross and stop, okay? Once you've done that, you can bring it over the top, cross, and jump through that cross and keep your arms in the cross position afterwards. So again, it looks like this. Over the top, cross, and keep your arms in that position afterwards. Once you've done a few of these, so over the top, cross, stop, you can then do over the top, cross, and then open out on the second jump. So you're doing the correct cross. So it's like this, over the top, cross, open, cross, open. So you're still jumping through the cross and opening on the second jump. So a little bit faster, it looks like this. So my arms are going wide, elbows meeting in the middle, and handles pointing towards the floor. So from the side, another tip, make sure your arms are close to your body, like you're hugging yourself and not out here. Our final trick of the tutorial is the double under. This is where the rope goes twice under your feet before you land, so you've got to jump higher and turn faster. So I'm going to show you what it looks like first of all, and then I'll explain it. So, with the double under, when the rope gets to the point where you can see the rope, so when it's in your eye line, that's when you start to turn twice and jump high. Okay, so that's when you speed your rope up, when you can see it in front of you, you start to turn faster and you jump higher. Now when you're turning the rope normally, your arms in single bounce, you've got quite small wrist movements. To do a double under, it has to be even smaller. You have to do the motion of 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so I'm going to show you from the side so you can see the wrist movement. So normal jumping, double under. So the idea is to jump a little bit higher off the floor when you're doing your double under, but not too high. You don't want to lose all your energy in your jump, and you need to keep your shoulders back when you're doing the trick. So I'm going to show you when I see the rope, I'll turn. So see it, turn. Jump high, turn fast. See the rope, turn. And the rope's got to land behind you, not in front of you to finish the double under. So again, see the rope, land with the rope behind me. Okay, so double under, jump. Once you've got that, you can then try consecutive double unders and see how many you can do in a row. Well done for joining me on my 10-minute tutorial of tricks. Just to let you know, this rope that I've been using is a beaded long-handled rope. We have lots of different styles and types of rope on our website. It's jumpruk.com, and we also have a YouTube page which we've got lots of tutorials, beginner, intermediate, advanced, that you can progress onto. It's Jump UK or Jump Rope UK. But well done everyone, and look forward to seeing all the videos.